My 44F husband, 41M, talks to female friend too often. My husband, 41M, and I, 44F, have been together for 21 years, 6 years dating and 15 years married. Within the last 2 years, he joined a group and made a female friend through this group. They talk to each other every day, sometimes 2 to 3 times a day. Their conversation usually lasts anywhere between 15 minutes 90 minutes. She does like 70% of the calling. Now this is where I have a problem. I have no problems with my husband having female friends, but something isn't right. I have male friends, but I don't talk to them daily or even weekly, and all my male friends know my husband. I have indicated to my husband that I am uncomfortable with this relationship several times. However, he has stated that they are just friends and only discuss things related to the group they are both in. He continues to have conversations with her, sometimes in front of me. Please note that he has stopped by her office to hang out with her and even carried food for her. Advice needed? Update. I took the advice given and had a conversation with my husband. I explained to him once again about my discomfort, cheat the situation, and asked him to stop all communication with the female friend. He said that he understands my concern but can't facilitate my request. If he does, he'll be setting a dangerous precedence for the future. He further stated that my discomfort is stemming from my insecurity. I don't talk to any of my friends 90 minutes a day on the regular. Emotional affair. Tell him to knock it off or it's over. Reiterate to him that we're just friends does not translate to, and therefore you can't complain about anything we do, when you'd have the same issue with him spending hours on the phone every day with a male friend without setting boundaries. If he still refuses to see this as a problem despite the tension it's causing, especially when a real friend would understand if he tells her she's being too much and back off, get to counseling. And if he won't go yourself to figure out what you want your next move to be if he continues prioritizing someone else over you. He's having an emotional affair. As soon as you expressed that you think this is too much, he should have pulled back. He should tell her that she needs to call less because it's inappropriate as a married man to be this enmeshed with someone else. They don't need to talk multiple times a day about whatever group they're in. I'd be concerned that this is a physical affair if he's spending time alone with her, bringing her food and going to her work. Get tested and talk to him again to set firm boundaries. Update me. Oh hell no. I was prepared to tell you were tripping if it was just text messages. Calling? Oh hell no. Does she know you exist? She doesn't feel any shame? What's the group? My M23 fiancé, F21, of 2 years told me last night she wanted a break to figure herself out. So to expand on my title, my fiancé of 2 years, almost 3 years and 17 days, wanted to put our relationship on a break so she can find herself to love me better. This was after one AA meeting with her friend that convinced her she can't love anyone just because she does weed every once in a while. I told her that I won't be a backup for her to figure herself out because I figure she's probably doing this in order to explore her 20s, which I'm perfectly fine with people doing. She just wanted a family, and in my mind you can exactly party it up every night with a kid. Anyways, she packed up her stuff after a text saying she wants the break while I was at work. I called and texted her asking for an explanation and then had 2 panic attacks while this was happening. She only informed me that it was to better herself and that's it. She moved in with a guy she was talking to that's about 20 years older than her, a guy she's sworn she isn't doing anything with. She's kissed another guy during the rocky part of our relationship and then had sex with another person while high about 2.5 months ago, so I think I'm right in thinking she's moving on. Last night she keeps hinting at wanting to move back in, and this morning she keeps trying to say we can get back together, but whenever I tell her to be straight with me, she ignores it. Now she's mad at me for telling her that I don't want her to be in my life anymore and that I need to heal from the shock she's caused me. I guess I'm just looking for general advice on if breaks actually work? Or if I'm making the right decision in ending things instead of being strung along. So, you've been together for 3 years. And in the past 3 months, she's made out with someone, as well had sex with another, cheated on you multiple times. Now, she wants a break, meanwhile moving in with some other guy? Dude, get your ring back and never look back on this relationship. This is a blocking, no contact moment. She cheated on you multiple times. That is not someone you marry. If you marry this woman, you're making a mistake. You're being played like a fiddle right now. She's cheated on you multiple times now and will continue to do so. Get the ring back if possible and bounce. You're the safe fallback option, as bad as that may sound. What she broke is the other guy's dick. Now she's looking for an idiot to host her. Don't be that person, she has no respect for you. She moved in with someone that is 20 years older than her but nothing was happening. Do you really believe this? She has kissed someone, cheated, then also had sex with someone else, cheated again. Advice? Block her and move on. When she tries to reach out on different numbers or platforms, you block those too. It will be difficult to move on, but the decision is pretty easy. Find someone that treats you well, not this disaster of a human. Sounds like you're doing what I'd hope I would be strong enough to do in the situation. End it. She's not communicating and she doesn't sound trustworthy anymore. She's cheated in some manner twice now, moved to some other guy's house. Maybe she's realizing what she's missing out on now, but you don't know what she's been doing while away, much less a real answer why she left. You really don't want to reward a break if it was meant to try on other guys, and I'd assume you don't want to happily resume where you left off if she comes back after seeing the grass wasn't greener with other people. If you think she's honestly just needing time to process something alone, then maybe that's different, but how do you know without discussion and transparency? Be happy the trash took itself out. UK politics has me, 27F, questioning my 3-year relationship with my fiancé, 36M. My partner, 36M, and I, 27F, have been together for 3 years, engaged for 5 months. We have a 9-month-old baby girl. For background, my partner has never voted, taken any interest or had any knowledge surrounding politics until about a year ago. He believes in all of the typical conspiracies, chemtrails, alien cover-ups, anti-vax, religiously watches the Joe Rogan podcast, and supports Donald Trump despite the fact that we are British. These are a few things that I didn't like about him, but learned about it late enough to sweep it under the rug. He started to get his information on politics from X, where I believe the algorithm landed him in far-right territory. It started innocently enough, but as time has gone on it is almost like he is being radicalized. He scrolls 10 all evening playing videos out loud, heavily supports Tommy Robinson, sings things around the house like, never trust a lefty with your child, has purchased a huge England flag to hang on the house, which I heavily refused and put in the attic whilst he was at work, and was planning to go to a protest in London led by Tommy Robinson in September. I drew the line here and threatened to end the relationship if he went. If I'm honest, I don't know how real that threat was, but his behavior and beliefs are terrifying me. He hugely supports reform and believes everything he is fed on social media. When I pull up statistics and reliable sources to discredit his information, he claims that it's all woke lefty lies. He has even gone as far as to say that I am infected by these lies because I said that illegal migrants don't bother me in the slightest, and I don't understand why he wastes so much time and energy on hatred. I have repeatedly asked him to stop bringing up politics altogether, as every time it ends up in a huge argument he aggressively asserts his narrative but is not open to listen to mine, facts and statistics, whatsoever. It seems he is unable to stop bringing it up, because I have to remind him probably 5x per week. When we first got together he was completely oblivious to politics, which didn't really bother me, and it terrifies me that he has been, for loss of other words, radicalized in this way. We live together with a young child, and aside from this, he is a hands-on dad, really supportive and loving, financially supporting me on maternity leave, and is the healthiest relationship I have ever had. Is my relationship doomed? If your gut feeling says something ain't right, then you're probably right. It also usually doesn't get better. He's not gonna change, so if you're fine with your little one growing up with that, then thumbs up. It's a tough balancing act. What happens when your baby girl starts making friends? More than likely she will make friends that are not white. Will they not be welcome in your home because of your fiancé? Will your daughter grow up racist because it's all she hears growing up? When I was about 7, I got called a racial slur. Up until then, I didn't know what racism was, but I knew we were different. It hurt. Only now that I'm an adult do I realize that this boy he was racist must have gotten it from somewhere. From home, of course. Not just doomed, this is mindset that could lead to the very active harm of your child. Is he fighting you on vaccines yet? Is my relationship doomed? Probably. It's not impossible to fall out of the alt-right pipeline, but it is difficult. Especially when so many online algorithms encourage it, especially X, Twitter. This is doubly so when you refuse to believe anything from anyone outside of your team. It's up to you, whether you're able to look past all of these glaring issues with your partner or try to work through them. I don't think I'd be able to get along with any Tommy Robinson fan, though. The dude is 36 and the algorithm has turned him into a dick? Wow, exploding head. Yeah, he's been radicalized. It's extremely unlikely for him to listen to you. Generally, the people who are able to de-radicalize others manage to get out themselves. You can try to see if there are any groups near you that are working to de-radicalize white supremacists, neo-Nazis, etc. But honestly, at best this relationship is toxic, and at worst it might be actively dangerous to you. Is me, 28M, asking my fiancé, 33F, to get her driver's license before marriage sound off? I, 28M, have been with my, currently, fiancé, 33F, for about 1.5 years, and during this time I've been telling her multiple times that she needs to start working on getting her driver's license. I already have mine and do all the driving. Recently she keeps looking into wedding venues and I reminded her that I wanted her to have her DL before we get married. She snaps back saying, "Oh, so now you're making a requirement before we get married?" As I stated earlier, I've been asking her since we've been together. Any suggestions on how to approach the subject more, as every time I bring it up she yells at me about it. She's 33, I don't think she's going to try at this point. Communicate why you want this and ask her clearly why she doesn't. Communication is key. Probably would have been a better idea to not get engaged before something this important to you was resolved. But this is the way you've decided to live your life. Info. Why doesn't she already have it? What does she do for transport? Ideally, 18 months ago you would have had a respectful conversation, not telling her what she needs to do. Rather explain why it is important to you that she is able to drive. And explore her reluctance. It might be she tried and was told she was awful at it. It might be fear of injury people, pets, or property. It might be the stress. But you are at where you are at and you have said what you said. That makes this much more difficult. Rather than collaborative problem solving, you have gone to ultimatums and directing. First, do you want to cancel the wedding over this? Second, try and reset the conversation. Apologize for your past approach. And try to have that conversation. Unless you are prepared to do all the driving forever in your relationship, you better call off the wedding. You sure you want to marry her when she yells at you if she doesn't have her own way? She hasn't made an effort to get her license and won't either. You need to think on, is this a deal breaker for you? Marriage is hard enough already, and when kids come into the picture and she can't pick them up from school or run errands, you will be stuck doing everything. Be cautious about marrying her.